If you're watching this video, leave your room and go hug your mom. Tell her how much you love her and appreciate her and everything she has done for you. Talk to her for once. Genuinely sit down and ask her how her day's going. Sit down and listen to her and find out what your mother's doing for fun or what she's doing at work. When was the last time you sat down and had a genuine conversation with not just your mother, but anyone in your family? Your father, your sister? Have you called your grandparents ever since moving to the new city? Do you even know if they're doing well right now? You love them with all your heart, so why don't you call them? Even just to give them a little update on your life so they know that you're alive and well in the big city. Some of you may not have biological family that you care about like that, and that's totally fine. I am of the opinion that family in adulthood is chosen, not given. I am sure that you have someone out there who cares about you, be it a friend, mentor, or old teacher. There is someone, at least one person in your life who you haven't spoken to in weeks or months that would love to hear from you. Don't think it's cringe to reach out to people who love you. Don't let it become too late to reach out. Don't live with the regret of hearing that your grandpa passed away while you were gone, and you didn't even talk to him in passing before it happened. Don't live with the regret of hearing an old friend is now a drug fiend and that you didn't even have a proper last conversation with him before the addiction took him. Don't live with the regret of your parents' finances going belly up because they were too prideful to ask for your help and you weren't interested enough in them to ask if they're doing well. I know that some of you may feel that it's weird or cringe to ask someone how they're doing, especially a parent, but it's important to show that love to the people who love you. If your mom is a right and proper mother, she would die in a heartbeat for you and she would listen to any of your problems and be your greatest confidant. So why not give these people the love and respect that they deserve? Why not one day take your sister out to a restaurant and catch up with her? Ask her how university's going. Find about that new hobby that she's into that you think is fucking nerdy. But if it makes her happy and helps her make friends, you're fine with it. Fly back home for a weekend and surprise your grandparents. I'm sure they would love to see their favorite grandson again and hear about all the cool shit he's been up to lately. Go to a movie with your family. When was the last time you fucking did that? Right? Something my mother once told me when I was a child that stuck with me for years. The only constant that you will have in your life isn't money, fame, or glory, or even quote unquote friends. It's family. Family will always love and protect you even when you don't need it. I've recently begun to live by those words again, and I feel great. It feels great to know that I'm involved with my family and that by me reaching out, they follow suit and do the same. It feels great to know that I am tightening a bond that I should have been prioritizing my whole life, but didn't for a couple of years. Life feels like it's worth living and that it has purpose when you have people to live for. Living just for yourself and the pleasure that you think will make you whole will make you feel absolutely empty inside eventually. All of the greed in the world can't fill up the hole in your heart that begs for love. All of the professional success in the world can replace the people that you love. Don't fall for the false god that these corporations have sold us. You don't need that cool new car. You don't need that house in the Hamptons. You don't need to drink yourself to death to have fun. Don't worship the false god that is money. Because while these corporations sold you the idea that the cool new Mustang is finally going to make you happy and that people will think you're so fucking cool and rich, you know what the CEO of Ford is doing instead of working doubles for months to be able to afford the down payment for the car? He's at home with his family, living off the greed that he sold to you. While you're slaving away at your shitty job trying to buy these things that a company told you that you need to be loved or respected, he's at his lake house with his family, enjoying the only thing that truly matters in this world. Well, you don't even know what your family is doing because you're working so much to pay off the debt you incurred for all those watches and cars. He's living life to the fullest with those he cares about. Always place your family first. Never allow these desires that weren't even yours to start with destroy the only thing that makes life worth living. Don't place belongings first simply because you see on social media a $10,000 watch and decide you're going to dedicate the next couple months to buying it. Now, am I saying that you don't need money to live? Absolutely not. I'm saying, however, that while it is necessary to earn money to survive, you do not need all of this extra shit in your life that has no meaning, but that will make you feel good for a day. And then you need to start setting your sights on something new to buy. People think that what they want is to be driving around in a brand new Range Rover and living in a mansion and owning boats and lands. But in reality, what most people want is to live in decent comfort with the people they love. I'll not use his name, obviously, but I know someone who picked wrong when it came to personal versus professional life. I know someone who started a company with his wife from scratch that got so huge that he and his wife travel all around the world. He owns Porsches and Range Rovers and gave his daughter a 3 Series for her 16th birthday. Sounds like the fucking dream, right? Guess who was never there for any of his children's birthdays, or concerts, or recitals? Guess who's in China, or wherever his supplier is that year, for months on end, leaving his children alone with a nanny? Guess who doesn't know his own children so he's never around them for more than 6 months out of the year, and when he is home, he's at his office working? Guess who never stops working, even when he's at his house in Hawaii with his family and the only vacation he takes a year? You already know it's the associate that I have. Do you truly want to live a life like that? Do you love money and cars and watches so much that you would ignore your children during their developmental years? Would it not hurt you to hear them call someone who isn't even their mother, mom, because she was there for them when they needed a mother? Life is about a lot more than money. Don't allow life to pass you by simply because you think that money will lead to happiness. Find yourself a job that, while it may not be the highest paying, is enough to keep the mortgage paid off and food in your family's mouth. Find a job that's only 40 hours a week so you can dedicate time to your family. Because before you know it, time will pass you by, and your kid won't be that little elementary schooler no more, but a full-grown adult, and you will realize that you know absolutely nothing about them. You can't even say with certainty that you know what their favorite food is or what their favorite color is. Before you know it, your parents will be dead or dying, and you'll realize that you want more time with them, that you would trade every dollar that you have just to see them well again, and you'll be kicking yourself wondering how you could possibly have put them on the back burner like that. Family always comes first. Family is the only thing that keeps us going. Never forget that you cannot take a car to heaven, but you can take memories you made with those you love. Have an excellent day, everyone, and remember to hug your mom.